Hello, YouTubers. Hello, subscribers. Kisses to all of you. I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful evening. I know I have already thanked Raquel and Nancy for my lovely, lovely, lovely gift, but I really want to thank them again because it really made my week. Thank you for my lovely gifts. Excuse me. I got a book. I got a Build-A-Bear. I got a Starbucks card. I got some lovely, beautiful cards, and I'm keeping everything except for the box it came in. My husband said, are you keeping this?" I was like, "No, that's trash. I'm keeping everything else." Anyway, moving on. Wonderful weekend. A little bit. We took her to a trampoline place. She jumped and played yesterday. Today she went to a birthday party. Honey, can you turn off the fireplace? It's hot in here. You didn't hear me. I don't want to make too much noise because then a little bit be trying to come up here, so I'll just have to deal with it. Besides, where's my fan? Nothing stays in one spot here. But it was really fun. We went to a birthday party today. It was really great. And it's just been a really fun weekend for her. So I'm so excited about that for my little bit. And I hope I'm going to have to turn off this on. Sweetheart, can you turn off the fireplace? Oh my God, I'm cooking. This fireplace is... All right. So I always say this, and I mean it. I wasn't going to come on tonight, but I was listening to a segment a minute ago, and I want to deep dive it with you. But before I get out there, let me just address this Harry sighting. He was here in Texas. He was in Austin, Texas. No one knew that. That wasn't so. It's really sad when your state doesn't announce that royalty is coming to town. Let me tell you something. If William was coming to town, they would have sounded an alarm. No, I'm not in Austin. I'm about 4 hours from Austin. But the point is that he is not popular. Neither is his wife. They don't get enough attention that they should, being that they are royalty. They have diminished the brand, the Duchess of Sussex, and no matter how much she uses it, she has managed to water it down. Because even if you're the Duchess of Sussex, if your popularity sucks, then it really doesn't matter that you're the Duchess of Sussex. Because here's the deal: when you lose the people that supported you and liked you and then loved you and supported you, and then all of a sudden they find out that you're a liar, Meghan, that you don't have this big heart, that the charity is not for the people that you are representing, it's for you. It's a fashion show, it's a PR moment. Oh, here come Meghan, a 7-car convoy. It was ridiculous. Like, she's the president of the United States. To me, if I was in Hollywood and I was a celebrity and I saw her act the way she did with those 7 cars and all that security hanging around her, like she has just married Harry and now she's royalty. It's not like that over here. It's not like that for her over here. Your popularity is like a celebrity. And even at that moment, your celebrityness is gone. You managed to kill that. You managed to make the Duchess of Sussex name not really powerful. Because here's the deal, even if the point is that even if she should still be popular. She should still be up here. people should still be bowing to Meghan. People should still be respecting her. People should still feel a certain kind of way towards her other than the negativity. And you would think, and she thinks, that the name alone is going to continue to get her, to the top. She's going to continue to use the Duchess of Sussex, use the royal connection, use that power that she thinks that she has to get to the top, but her power it's been diminished. I've never seen a celebrity's let's take Oprah for instance. Her popularity is diminishing. Just because she makes billions doesn't mean that her popularity is on the up and up anymore. She's being criticized. She's getting backlash. She's getting it all. And so the heroes that the people that we used to look up to, people are not looking up to them anymore. And Meghan is one of them. And just because you're the Duchess of Sussex doesn't keep you at the top level because of the things you have done to tarnish the name Duchess of Sussex. I hope I'm getting this out right. No, I'm not. In other words, stop barking. She is she's the reason why she's not popular anymore. You're the reason why you're not popular anymore. You are the reason why people don't respect you, trust you, want to hear what you have to say. She did that all by herself. All by herself. And how she did it. It's just, my point is that just because she's the Duchess of Sussex doesn't mean that doesn't mean that she's this awesome, wonderful, beloved person. And it's interesting to me how you can manage to just destroy your own self all by yourself. She had it all. And she still is hanging on to the Duchess of Sussex. That's all she has. But how do you hang on to something that you disrespect? It blows my mind. She sits there and feels entitled. She sits there like she was born a royal. She sits there as if she deserved it. Or she sits around and acts like, just like on the Oprah moment, when she said that she gave up all this stuff. No, you didn't give up anything. You gained more than what you think you gave up. You gained notoriety instantly. You gained instant global notoriety and stardom instantly without doing anything. That's what Tom Bauer always tells us, is how Meghan gets to the top without doing anything. She's running around with the Duchess of Sussex. What has she done since getting that name to make her deserve to say it, or for her to want to be called the Duchess of Sussex? What? Nothing. No, she was only over there for 72 days, they said. Then she called the Queen and her whole family and her British people racist. She separated Harry from his entire family. What did she do that was so wonderful, that is so great, that she deserves the name, that she should continue to use it? If she hates them so much, why is there a Sussex squad? Why are they using that name? That bothers me, because she gets on TV and she talks about the royals really bad, and then several times, but on the Oprah show was the highlight. She gets on there and she talks about them really, really bad. And then the next thing you know, they're saying the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, their birthright. Meghan believes she earned that, and she believes that belongs to her now. And I don't care what if she does go into politics, no one's taking that name from her. Look how long it took for HLHs to be taken down. I'm sure for some odd reason, I don't think that they should be using the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, but they do use it. Like she wants security. She rides around in a 7-car convoy going around the block to do something, to talk about mental health. But then she makes a spectacle and make it about herself. And so then it stops being about those victims. It started being about her car and what she wore, what she has on. And she does it to herself. She doesn't dress conservative. No, she's dressing $8,000 outfits with all this jewelry and stuff. And it's weird because she doesn't know her audience. She doesn't understand that when you do charity, you kind of don't want to be dressing in $1,000 suits and stuff. You kind of just want to go, kind of blend in, but that's not what she does. I don't know why I went all into that, but maybe I was supposed to. Okay, here we go.
And News Corp columnist Louise Roberts. Ladies, welcome to the show.
This is a deep dive on the title. It's Sky News. Sorry. Totally glad you guys are still there, though. Okay, let's get to it.
Oh, look at us all in pink. Fabulous. Angela, I'll start with you. The Archwell Mental Health Awareness event gave the Sussexes a huge tick, but it was very quickly followed up with a trip on a private jet to go on holiday. How did these things happen?
You have to wonder how they happen, don't you? There you are doing the right thing. It's Mental Health Day, and they're on a stage, as are Kate and William in the UK. They're doing the thing that they have spoken about before. They're in their lane. They're playing it beautifully. And then the very next thing they do is go on a holiday without their children. Not that that's an issue, but the thing is, I could almost possibly understand a private jet if they were going with their children, because you could argue that it was a security issue. But there are normal flights. There's mainstream flights to the Caribbean. They don't need to get on a private.
Okay, so them in a private jet and the fuel and all of that and them lying, they always do that. This is not anything new. This is the norm. What they do. They're hypocrites. Okay, let's continue.
So why are they doing it when they lecture constantly about the environment? I mean, they've done it before. They went to Elton John's place in the south of France on a private jet, yet they keep making these mistakes. I don't know, are they so dumb that they don't think they're going to be called out? I just don't understand their reasoning, and I don't know why they're not being, as you said, Caroline, better advised on these things. They just almost seem like 20-year-olds playing in a sandpit and getting it horribly wrong.
It's funny, she gives them 20, I give them a 2-year-old. I really do. I think that they're playing royalty. They're playing a celebrity. They're just playing this out to see what happens. When they left, they said, we had no plans. Yes, you did. And then you tried to pretend like you didn't have any plans and put it all on King Charles that he didn't help, because you got cut off with your security. No, it was you and your wife's idea, decide to leave on your own and fend for yourself. No one pushed you out. But it's funny how they make it seem like it's the royals' fault that they left. Fed her to the wolves, the racism, the suicidal. She had to build up this facade of how bad it was for her, so that, because the worse it was, the more sorry we feel for her. So that's why it was so extreme. Kate was messing with her, racism, the suicidal thoughts. This is all on the Oprah show. This is all at once. Her father, Samanthas, this all happened on the Oprah show. She did all this at one time. And when she did that, for some odd reason, it became everybody else's fault that these two got on Tyler Perry's plane and flew to California. Like that, like it was like this, like it was King Charles's fault that they lost their security because they needed to run to California because of all the stuff Meghan was going through. And Harry was trying to save his wife from his family. No, how is it, Meghan, King Charles's fault that you and Meghan, you and Harry decided that you didn't have any plans? Because you said you didn't know what you were going to do, but you hopped up and decided that that's what you wanted to do. You wanted to leave. And then all of a sudden it became everybody else's fault because you guys decided to leave. And then you got mad at King Charles because he wouldn't pay for your security. And then you were trying to put him on notice that, oh yeah, by the way, Archie may not get his titles because of his skin color. She concocted all of that up. And I don't know what that has to do with anything. But then let's just add the Duchess of Sussex on there. Then after that, she gets over here and uses the name. After they did all that stuff to her, they were the big bad wolves. It was all their fault. The security was cut off. No more money. They had to do this Oprah show thing because this is the only way that they could make money. But then Harry turns around and says, but you know, my mom left me a whole bunch of money, so we're living off of that. But you got it to live off of. You had that option. Some people don't have the trust. Some people don't have that little cushion. But they're so entitled and expecting all these things from their family. And if they don't get it, they're going to cut them off. Oh, Meghan's father is already, he's, if he died and she doesn't say goodbye to him publicly or let her see them kids, her reputation is already on it ain't even on thin ice. It went through the ice. And then to hear that, it's going to be an explosion. And she won't know what hit her. Because, moving on. All I wanted to mention is how she blames. Sorry. I don't have it together today, guys. How she blames others for her failures. How she was going to do everything on that list. No, you wasn't. You wasn't going to do anything on that list. Because if you would have. But you didn't. Because you were lying, talking about, oh, I wrote this letter about how just use me. Do whatever you want to me. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Then she turns around and started talking about, well, she had to wear certain colors. But you wanted them to use you. How were they going to be able to use you when you were sitting there complaining about what color clothes you was going to have on and what you couldn't wear? No, you thought that you should have got the same privileges, the same treatment, the same everything as Kate Middleton. But why would you think that you would need to walk into something like that and instantly be on the same level? First of all, you got to learn what they do, but you didn't want to do that because, you were going in there with your own rules. No, the Duchess of Sussex, I call foul. I think people need to stop calling her that. Her name is Meghan. Okay, let me answer this question for me, subscribers. Now, in an American situation, since they're in America, how would we address them? Because wouldn't she have Harry's last name? And it's not Duke. His last name is not Duke. And so I'm just trying to figure it out why she is allowed to continue to use the name Duchess of Sussex. Anyway.
And look, and Louise, I think that's the point, isn't it? At what point is there a proper reset? At what point are they working towards a steady future rather than lurching from a little bit of good and then onto a disaster?
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, the research.
A little bit of good and then moving on to a disaster. Oh, we're going to do mental health and then we're going to turn around and do stupid stuff. Well, they do stupid stuff when they're trying to do good. It is. Meghan embarrasses her husband every time he steps out. He's always embarrassed. He's living a lifestyle that's volatile. He doesn't know which way it's going to go. It's up and down every day. And be sure that they're going to leak something. These are the two most leaking couples I know. Usually people like to keep private. Making them they want you to know about the Kardashian collab. No, you're going down the list, honey. You went from Netflix to Spotify. Now you're going down to be a housewife. That is not going to be, you're going to get chewed up, spit out, and people are going to be like, oh, that's why.
Would have happened once the Queen had passed away, and certainly before King Charles was crowned as king. That's when the reset should have happened. Clearly it hasn't. I still hold out some hope that they will come to their senses and perhaps go back to the UK and realise that family is what is important.
Okay, that's that stupid stuff. Okay? Everybody knows by now that Meghan is not going back to live there. If she was, she would have did it 2 or 3 years ago. Remember, she couldn't take it over there at the UK, but she's been taking it. People feel sorry for Meghan for the scrutiny that she's getting. So, to me, it's okay for her to scrutinize her entire family and entire country, and then no one says anything about that. We'd be like, oh, okay, just let it go. No, I got something to say about that because I'm confused. Let's move on.
It's not about sort of making these Hollywood pals who, as we know, seem to be tiring of them somewhat as well. I think with Harry and Meghan,
the celebrities are sick of them too. I would be. If I was a celebrity, I would be sick of Meghan. I would. Because by now I'd be knowing the whole shebang about what she's trying to do, how she's trying to connect, how she's trying to be a part. And she doesn't care if you don't want to connect with her. Move on. Move on to the next A-lister. Meghan has been smooching with these celebrities. Kevin Costner trying to get connected with Beyonce. She was hanging out with the Kardashians, Jeff Bezos, Kerry Washington. And it doesn't change people's mind and perspective about her. It doesn't make us be like, oh, since they like her, I'm going to like her too. Well, no. We start questioning the people that's taking a picture with her. Like, oh, why are they doing that? That's how bad her reputation is. The verdict is out. It is over. I'm going to name this video, It's Really Over. There's no coming back from this. I would be shocked if I don't know what she could do. She would have to make something that would save the world against something. I don't know. But her clothes and private jets and her 7-car, I'm still a royal, so treat me as such, kind of a way. She's tone deaf. She's not relatable. She doesn't relate to the A-listers. She doesn't relate to us. She doesn't relate to the mental health people. She doesn't help with the chair. She does not, none of that. I don't know how to say it. She's not relatable. But she puts on that fake grin and that oversized smile. And like, what is you smiling at? Like, it's so fake. And then I will never forget that moment with her and Invictus walking in front of those veterans. It was weird because she did nothing to be, it was, I would have been like, I'm not walking. I don't, what's the why am I walking? I'm not a veteran. It just looks like I'm there for show.
And it's important for them to feel they're seen as green, but what's more important is for
Green.
them to appear to be wealthy and well connected.
They
That's
are
really
green. They're green in another way. Green in a nasty, not a very nice couple at all. Harry, you guys let me know if this ain't Harry. Y'all not looking at Harry. That's Meghan. And Harry doesn't look like he don't know if he coming or going.
their agenda.
Now, Angela, we've seen plenty of polls this year showing the Sussexes sliding in popularity, which is a bit of an issue given Louisa's last comment. But now there's a concern that it might actually impact their ability to pick up work.
What?
Told you. It is affecting it. It will always affect it. It will, it is, and it will continue to. It will continue to affect them how they sell anything that's coming from them. It's affecting their work. Okay. It's affecting her brand. It's affecting who that she wants to be here. She doesn't want to be president. She wants to be above that. She doesn't want to be Oprah. She wants to be above that. She doesn't want to be the queen. She wants to be above that. Meghan's expectation is up here, but she's going to have to start over. And she hasn't started because she's not listening. They need to do that reality show. That would help her popularity. That it would. Because it will, to me, it's either going to make you not like her worse. You're either going to be like, you know what? Or towards her after you see her act on the Kardashians. Or you're going to be like, oh, that's why she does that. Not that she gets a pass, but at least you can be like, okay, that's just who she is in real life. Like, is, behind the scenes. We already know it. Andy by Tarot tells us, and so does Lady C. She's got the 411. Okay, moving on.
Exactly. I mean, that is your status is everything, isn't it? And I've just been in the UK,
Your
Caroline.
status is here. She could get away with it in the UK. She could, in a sense, because she doesn't have to prove. She doesn't have to do anything. She doesn't have to act. She doesn't have to sing. She doesn't have to write a book. She doesn't have to do all this stuff to make herself popular. Over here she does. And she has none of that. She has nothing in her arsenal. In the last 5 or 4 years, however long she's been branding herself, has she done anything that is like boom, bang, a boom? Whoa, come on. She is trying to get there. That's why she did WME. They're fired. I fired them. They're fired. To me, they're incompetent. They don't know what they're doing. And they have lost all credibility in my book because they thought that this charity round, I call it the charity show, the charity round, meaning this round of charity work that she was doing didn't build her popularity up. It didn't be like, oh, she cares about mental health. Oh, she cares about Invictus and the veterans. And she cares about those kids in Harlem. NDA. Just some kids. She has no shame. None. And, it's out there. All this information is public information. And you can believe what you want to believe, but she shows us each and every day that she don't give a damn. when I see her at the concerts or the pap walk or those moments, I'm looking for something. I'm looking for a soul. I heard Samantha's lawsuit. Samantha is Meghan Markle's sister, half sister, whatever you want to call it, came from her father. The one that she said that she didn't know and she don't fool with. She ain't seen her in 20 years. And before that, it was 10 years before that. All on the Oprah show. Who would like someone like that? Here's the thing, is Samantha has, she has something, she's in a wheelchair. And I know one of you will tell me, but the thing is that she could have utilized some good publicity from her Duchess of Sussex sister. But instead of passing some of that love around, she said, I don't know her. We ain't together. That ain't my sister. She ain't nothing to me. And I don't want anybody in this world to think that we are a part of each other, because I wish I had some sisters. I wish I had a family. That's why I'm so eager for Archie to have someone. That's that BS. If you wanted Archie to have someone, wouldn't he be visiting some relatives? No. That's how you know. That's what we're talking about. Her popular. Come on, let's go.
And I was absolutely astonished by how irrelevant they are seen. I caught up with a lot of journalism mates, people that don't work in that.
The one thing that I want my subscribers to get, especially my UK subscribers, is that Meghan is canceled. And I don't know how you want to wrap it up and spill it out, but her popularity is shot. It's not there. It's not. And it's hard to feel sorry for her, because the 7 car and the mental health and the whole me. It's hard to step into feel sorry mode. I'm not there yet. Maybe the Kardashian show may get me to feeling sorry for her. I ain't seeing it.
Industry, and people just don't have any time for them whatsoever. And of course, we've seen that in America as
I would be hurt if I went to New York City and wasn't nobody standing outside for me, and I'm a princess. This idiot, she gave up her tiaras. I know that's probably superficial, but she gave up her HRH. You idiot. I don't think, I will never understand that. Because can you get that back? Can she get her? This ain't happening, but check this out. Could she go back over there and they be like, okay, we change our mind. We want to work for the monarchy. Could Charles just be like, okay, here's your HRHs. Let's go. I need you to go tour in Africa. Or did she give it up where she sealed her? Because she's in other. She's under other. You know what? So much is going on that you got to catch it. Because you're on to the next thing. We are on to the next thing. She's under other. You are not the Duchess of Sussex. You're not HRH. You don't have a crown. You are not a princess. You gave that up. What idiot? Girl, I just think that is the weirdest thing. Every time I think that How do you give that up? And then he gives it up for her. How do you give up that so easily? Nope, because she thought the grass was greener on the other side. How is the grass greener on the other side? Okay, dignitaries, celebrities. Famous around the world, celebrities. I mean, come on. She's a laughing stock. People are laughing at her. She's a joke. Okay.
Well, these polls are not just British polls, they're American polls as well, which show a decline in popularity.
America. It's not just the UK. And I don't think that the Sussex squad, I'm like someone else, they're not from the United States and they're not from the UK. Maybe they're from that 48% Nigeria that she was talking about. Maybe that's it. That in the end, she's going to have to go over there and stay.
Harry seems to maintain it a little bit better than Meghan. Her polls keep going down. So I think there's a little bit of that kind of...
Harry's maintaining it because everybody knows it's Megan's is pulling the strings. It's her fault. And I don't care what anyone says about, oh, they tend to blame the woman. Oh, yeah. Because you got to take me to the beginning. Because I don't recall Harry doing any of this strange behavior before her. And maybe it took her for him to get it. I get that. I get it. It was always in him. But my goodness, at least it was suppressed. At least we didn't know about it. At least he was on the right track before her. No, I think he honestly thought that he had met the one. And for some odd reason, it became a competition. I believe William lost him then when he realized his brother started competing with him as if there was any competition. Like, come on, we're brothers. We don't have to compete with each other, but Meghan pinned them against each other. Because you can't tell me he left. Now, no family member is talking to him. 0. Let me say it again. None of Harry's family members are speaking to him. They're not talking to him. Charlotte, none of the kids, none of the relatives, nobody. Meghan wants that. First, it was because she wanted control over Harry. And then in the way she isolated him from his friends, each and every one of them. I mean, there's so much. It's sad. It's just sad. It's sad. I didn't know someone could be this type of person. Okay, look. Let's go.
Be targeting the woman as the villain in this. So, and I don't think that's entirely correct.
She did this to herself. All by herself.
But I think, where do you recover? If you're sitting at home and you're Meghan and you're very driven, you've worked really hard to get all those jobs.
First, you got to figure out that there's something wrong. And I don't know if she does because she keeps blaming everyone. I'm hearing like little things about Spotify. Like Spotify may sue them if they, whatever. She wants us to know that she already came out and said that they didn't give her any direction. Then she came out and said some other stuff about them. And now she wants to say it again as if that's going to change our perspective. Like we're not going to, no. You've had 5 years to prove to us that you're not these people, that you're not this person. And I'm sorry. I know my little old me self is not the only one can't be in America. I have some friends from Alabama and Oklahoma, hello, Spain, and of course the UK and Sussex. Okay.
As an actress, I mean, you are being auditioned to actually get roles, so you know how important it is to be forward focused, to have a goal, to have a plan. And now she must be sitting there wondering, where has it all gone so wrong? The South Park for me was, and that sort of mockery of them was a low point because America was supposed to be their great champion. I just don't.
No, Megan's plotting and sitting around trying to figure out how she can fix this, trying to shut the media down. Us having free speech, her and Harry, shush. Don't talk about us because it hurts, because it's the truth.
Know why they couldn't have spoken to the Queen initially, and they could have been a royal.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda, all this other stuff. First of all, you would have had to have a different woman altogether because she was never staying there. There was nothing that was going to keep her there. Did you not hear what she said? She said that they called her a kid racist. She was leaving because of that. And the media was tearing her down. She was leaving because of that. And then also, too, what else was it? She was suicidal. She was leaving because of that. No, Meghan left to brand herself to do exactly what she's doing in America right now, and it is not working. The dust is settling on these little gimmicky promotion moments for her, and you look at it and you're like, the ratings are just like, first of all, we don't know. I didn't know Harry was coming to Texas. Eric, my husband said, what? He was here? They didn't say anything? No one. Let's see if it's on the news. They brought this on themselves. This is the end. This is the end. If they could, listen, they went on vacation. Let me tell you why they went on vacation. Because they felt like they had done something. Meghan thought, with Invictus, she did that. She did Kevin Costner. She did that moment, and then she did the Kardashians. Then she did mental health. Now it was time for her to take a vacation because she needed a break. She needed a moment. So they're gonna fly. They're gonna fly away from the kids and have a moment to themselves and pretend like they're husband and wife. No, they probably was trying to I don't know. She probably was like, Plan B. Let's get ready. No, she thought she did something. She thought that, I did all this charity work. Now she deserves a pat on the back. I deserve a vacation. That's how she thinks. She's not thinking about the Queen. If she had thought about the Queen, she would have never lied on the Queen and said that she was racist. Hello. No, she was out for, she would. Talking about war. She declared war. Her and Harry. On the royal family. Oh, something about Christmas. They have an open invitation. That means they have not been officially invited. But they can come if they want to. And if you come, you're going to have stipulations. And so, King Charles is not going to be apologizing to Meghan on the world stage. She's waiting for that. She needs that. If she got that, that would help her. People like, that it would destroy the royals.
Fusion line in the States, they could have been doing royal work up in Canada and other parts of the Commonwealth, and they just shot themselves in the foot.
Okay, there she go with that stupid stuff. They could have been doing this, and Meghan could have been doing what she said she was going to do with that list. That list she came out with and said, I'm going to do this. And she lied to the Queen and said she was going to be doing this. Use her in any capacity that she wanted you to. No. She was not going to do that. That was never the plan. She was never going to support Harry's causes. Harry was there to support hers, as we can see. That's about all she had to do. That would be somebody that would be not Meghan. Because when Meghan does do something for charity, she's going to make it about her. Because I'm not just going to do this. She doesn't read the room. She doesn't understand. And her charity work falls flat. Charity starts it out. What she could have did. There's a lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda. These two shoulda did. Oh my God. I used to do that too. I used to do what she did. Used to say what they shoulda did. And then I stopped doing that because, like my mom said, that's someone that ain't on that level. They cannot comprehend like what we think because they thinking something else. Thank you guys. You always tell me to go over there to HG Tutor. He's one of a kind. I can tell you that. He's really good. Okay. I gotta get ready to go very, very soon. My little pumpkin. Oh.
That would make perfect sense because, I mean, Louise, they have to work. They've got a young family to juggle. And regardless of how much money you have...
No, they ain't gotta work. They got 200-300 million. How much do they have? Count it up, get rid of that crap, and sit down. Nope.
That's a lot of work. Where do they go to from here?
Well,
Megan's trying to keep up with Kevin Costner, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Oprah, Jeff Bezos, the Kardashians. She's telling us the story. She's trying to let us know this is where I want to be. I want to be with the billionaires. I don't want to be with the millionaires. She tells off on herself. She tells the story off on herself. This is about branding Meghan. I did a video earlier this week. I'm going to go listen to it again because it talks about her saying how ridiculous it was for her to be over here in the United States branding herself. What sense does that make? What the heck are you doing? What is this called? This is not called branding Meghan. Or is it called Meghan's working? No. If it was Meghan working, they were working, it would be her and her husband. They snatched her only, WME, and said, let's make this princess into a queen. Has it happened?
where you would go to in this position is you would call on your family for help. But, that was one of the first things they did was blow up that blood relationship because they knew better. And the land of hope and glory and great promise awaited them in the US, where Meghan is from, of course. So I think...
I don't know why they couldn't have spoken to the Queen initially, and they could have been a royal diffusion line in the States. They could have been doing royal work up in Canada and other parts of the Commonwealth, and they just shot themselves in the foot.
Let me say this to her too. Meghan didn't want to shake people's hands and do that and do those walkabouts. Meghan wants some money. She wants to be on private jets. She wants that 7-car convoy. She wants that 24/7. Period. She wants to be like the president. She is not playing around. She's talking about she could have had a conversation with the Queen. The Queen called Meghan mad.
That would make perfect sense because, Louise, they have to work. They've got a young family to juggle. And regardless of how much money...
That ain't no money. Meghan is not wearing those $60 dresses. She wore it one time just to say, look, I can do it, but I don't want to do it. To them, Victor, see at the Banana Republican or something. I don't remember. Let's move on. Okay.
That's a lot of work. Where do they go to from here?
Well, the normal route you would go to in this position is you would call on your family for help. But, that was one of the first things they did was blow up that blood relationship because they knew better. And the land of hope and glory and great promise awaited them in the US, where Meghan is from, of course. So
the first thing you would do when you get into this kind of trouble, you call your family. But that ain't happening. First of all, Meghan ain't desperate enough to do that yet. But she's getting there because all this talks about a house, him getting a house over there, and then something about it being in his name only. I don't like to talk about it unless I have receipts, unless it's already done. Kind of, sort of. So I'll give you my pre-take on some stuff. I just want to talk about her saying that. How the Queen was going to sit down and talk to Meghan and everything was going to be great. No, the Queen took Meghan on a royal tour. That was her chit-chat then. That was her sitting down with her. That was her letting her know that we accept you in our family and you are a part of us now and we're going to treat you as such. They gave her what she needed. To me, the only thing that she complained about, and she wasn't even in the room when it happened, and then she conjured up everything else. I believe that Catherine was very kind and nice and gentle with Meghan and probably saw problems and probably said, well, maybe if I treat her with kindness. Oh, hell no. You can't treat this with kindness. It doesn't know how to receive it. It'll take it, crumble it, you'll stomp on it, and there it is. And then you'll be like, well, dang. And it hurts. Because your feelings are hurt because you trusted that person with that. They trusted Meghan. And so that's probably what hurt the Queen the most, is that I opened up my home to you. I opened up my family to you. I opened up my country to you. I gave you the name Duchess of Sussex. But I'm a racist? Oh. Okay. That makes sense. That ain't making sense to me. And so here we go. I'm gonna sit down and have a chit chat with this. Listen, she ain't listening to Spotify. She ain't listening to Netflix. She ain't listening to nobody. Netflix is soon and very soon. Netflix is gonna come out and say, yeah, it's over. I heard Invictus didn't do good. Well, of course it didn't. Nothing that she does good. They should be raising millions and millions and millions of dollars.
I think really they have to eat humble pie, but I can see Harry doing that more than Meghan. I think Meghan is still on this trajectory where she feels she deserves this world platform. She deserves this great Hollywood career. She has they knew better, and the land of hope and glory and great promise.
That would make perfect sense because, Louise, they have to work. They've got a young family to juggle. And regardless of how much money you have, that's a lot of work. Where do they go to from here?
Well, the normal route you would go to in this position is you would call on your family for help. But, that was one of the first things they did was blow up that blood relationship because they knew better. And the land of hope and glory and great promise awaited them in the US, where Meghan is from, of course.
So she had to figure that, I don't really care about them anymore. We're going to America anyway. We're going to start our new life. So whatever I say, it doesn't even matter. Because now she doesn't even want to talk about it. They had all that to say. Now she don't want to. I don't want to. That's good that they don't. It really is. Okay, let's see.
I think really they have to eat humble pie. But I can see Harry doing that more than Meghan. I think Meghan is still on this trajectory where...
You know what? I don't know how many commentators, how many people have said that, and no one's listening. No one. Accountability. Come humble. Do something to change it, to fix it, to start fixing your popularity, not by covering it up. It's not going to go away. Let me tell you something. I'm going to keep saying it. The Oprah show was the beginning and the end. It was for her. It just took her some time for the dust to settle. It wasn't the curtsy. Because more and more keeps coming out, more and more of the truth, more and more people are getting more and more confidence to be able to say things about these two without feeling like, oh, I better not say nothing because they're going to sue me. Why would they want to sue everybody that see it? South Park mentioned it, Chris Rock talking about it, the Osbournes, everybody is talking about this.
She feels she deserves this world platform. She deserves this great Hollywood career. She has a sort of...
Okay, why? Why does she feel she deserves it? I don't get that. Why do you feel like you deserve it? Like it's like it should be given to her. I should be able to ride on Air Force One. She really thought that she felt arrogant enough to ask to ride on that because she thought that she was that important. But not that she's not important. It's just that she puts her own self up there. And don't even see that, wait a minute, you're not the president. This might not look good for me to be on a plane with him, his Air Force One. I mean, she's not even thinking straight. I think that as soon as she got the Duchess of Sussex, it swole up there. It's everywhere. You can't turn your head. You can't address her without saying the Duchess of Sussex. They introduce her and him as the Duchess of Sussex. It's weird. She is. For her to drive around in a 7-car convoy, she has not left the royal fold mentally. She's still living that lifestyle. She still wants that security / all these cars and people hanging out to see her. You're missing your crowd. The crowd that's supposed to be waving to you, and you had it. They came out for Meghan. When you turned on the TV and Harry and Meghan would come out somewhere, you see all these people gathering around to see these two. Not no more.
Fabulous agent, William Morris, etc. But, you know...
Is Harry running around doing $1 million speeches or $600 speeches? He's not. People are not calling on him. He should be booked.
It should be about the kids and it should be about their family.
Yeah, absolutely. And Angela, I know we've spoken about this so many times,
It should be about their kids and about the
going
family.
forward?
You would call on your family for help, but that was one of the first things they did was blow up that blood relationship because they knew better, and the land of hope and glory and great promise awaited them in the US, in where Meghan is from, of course. So I think really they have to eat humble pie, but I can see Harry doing that more than Meghan. I think Meghan is still on this trajectory where she feels she deserves this world platform. She deserves this great Hollywood career. She has a sort of fabulous agent, William Morris, etc. But, at the end of the day, it should be about the kids and it should be about their family.
Thank you. She said it. She said it. She said it. At the end of the day, it should be about your family. Meghan is not making it about the family. She's making it about herself. It's all about this William. It's all about this branding. It's all about them getting her there. Every time she comes out of the house, every time she does something, it has to be towards her brand. So it's not genuine. her on that stage at the mental health, that was all her, that facade, that let's go. And oh, I will never forget her going to the school, and her father had just had a stroke.
Yeah, absolutely. And Angela, I know we've spoken about this so many times, but how
Yeah,
does this play
yeah.
out going forward?
Yeah, I think they need to hire good staff, whether they can afford to or not is a question.
Okay, so what is WME? I mean, my God. Okay, listen. It's not going to work. It's not working. It's over. It really is. You're going to keep investing in yourselves, which is good, but you're losing. Yeah, it's keep pumping the money. I thought WME was supposed to be there to build. Isn't that's their staff? Didn't they come along and say, here, these are the people that we're going to have you work with, and you're going to whatever? No, it's usually a bodyguard and maybe one person following. I don't know. Meghan still thinks she's a royal. She still thinks that she needs an assistant with her. It's weird. I really do. I really do think that she's trying to play Hollywood as a royal. I really do. It's really bad. I'm going to say that again. She is trying to act like a royal in Hollywood, and it's weird. The 7-car thing. I mean, even the 7-car, the chase. Like, oh, they're chasing us. And if a prince is not supposed to be in New York or LA and he's feeling this way, then maybe he is in the wrong spot. How can they be wanting privacy, but then we always see them? They're a confusing couple. And the more you learn about them, the more confusing it gets.
I think they need really great strategists and very calm, not knee-jerk strategists. I mean,
they need a group of people to help them. Who? They don't already have that. She doesn't have a staff. She doesn't have people to help her make better decisions. Or they just WME. I thought WME was supposed to help her with her image, right? So what is she talking about? The lady before that said WME is supposed to be branding her, and she's supposed to be really just focusing on her family. And then this lady, she turns around and says they need a solid team. She's trying to help them. She the one said that the queen, they should have just sat down and spoke with the queen. No, and then just traveled and, did engagements and make money that way. In other words, staying in the royal fold. People are not getting it. Meghan was never staying there. She's not. They're telling you. I like these other two ladies. They're being for real. They're telling her, oh no. And I like how they're having this conversation. But she's still trying to save Meghan. Meghan has a team. She's telling them what to do.
So much knee-jerk in the behaviour, the way they do everything, as we saw by the, a few weeks ago in New York and how they responded to that. They need clear, consistent strategy, and they need to hire the best people to help them. I also think they really need to go back to what is their purpose? What do they really want to do? Invictus was purposeful for Harry, and it has that wonderful synchronicity with his work in the Defence Force. Where is Meghan's true purpose? We've talked about, and as Louise referred to, the William Morris Agency, the thoughts. There's been a lot of speculation that she's going to start a Goop style, a Gwyneth Paltrow style website. I just don't think that aligns with really all the talk, the human, the work that she's done in the past around, humanities and that sort of thing. I just think there needs to be something purposeful, a great strategist on board, and maybe just a period of being quiet and having some thought. Steve Jobs used to always say,
being quiet. She really needs that. That's like number one.
Thought is an action as well, and I think they need some thinking time.
Correct.
That was really good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Kisses to all of you. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think. I talk about her brand a lot. I do, because that's what it's all about when it comes to Meghan and Harry. It is not about Harry. It's not about his charity. It's not about the charity. That's just a facade. That's just a fake. Look at me. I'm doing this, but I'm not really doing it for them. But look at me. Look how wonderful I look in this suit. You know, she missed the mark a long time ago. And I get what she's saying, that they need a solid team. But Megan's had the best of people to give her advice, to help her, to guide her. And she's not listening to anyone. And if she wouldn't listen to the queen, then why would she listen to anyone? She thinks everyone is beneath her. But those people that are beneath you, you need them very people. And then it's the whole family aspect of it. People see that your heart is somewhere else. And it's hypocritical to talk about your family and then have them be scrutinized in the media by your fans, thinking that her father was horrible, her sister was horrible. No, the horrible person was the person that mentioned them. And should have just said, you know, something nice and sweet and kept it at that. No, I don't know her. I don't know my dad either. I'm throwing him out too. And you know what? Harry's lost his whole family in this process. First she said, oh, King Charles, Harry lost his father in this process. No, Harry lost everything in this process. And he lost it for you. It was all for her. Who, if it's not for her, who is it for? Harry? Harry's homesick. He's missing his family. He misses his brother. I wouldn't be surprised if he just started crying, because I know he missed them. That's all he knows. And then he's putting up with her. Is her love enough, Harry? Kisses, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'm tired. Have a wonderful week. I hope you enjoyed this segment. And kisses, let me know what you think. Bye-bye.